direction of gaming and play as opposed to the more serious things of politics and change. And, the massive population get involved in activities as a diversion, as an escape from dealing with a lot of the things that, that kind of impinge on our lives every day. That's why television and some of the social media become kind of a diversion, a way to kind of take your mind off of the things that are, maybe the more important issues, a way to deflect, a way to disarm the population in one sense.
Years ago, there was a great television researcher. His name was Frank Magid, and Frank was out of Iowa, and he developed something for initially the ABC stations, and then the network used him, and then he was a great television consultant on a local level in many markets. Many anchor men and women who were on the air during those days, and possibly even now, are on the air because of Frank Magid and MAGID. And Frank developed the galvanic skin response. He was a researcher, and he would hook people up. And sure enough, when they got readings, whenever they'd look at a videotape of an anchor person, he would go to management at these various television networks and stations and see what for, and say, you better hire this person. And he was right most of the time with this response. It's amazing.
Right, and he's measuring sort of an indirect response as related to the emotional state of the people as they're watching or seeing that individual, and you can measure all kinds of physiological factors within a body that will tell you how a person's responding, and that's what you want to know. If you want to build good advertising, if you want to know how people truly react to someone, don't do a questionnaire. Monitor activity that's going on with them physically, and then you get the truth. You get the real truth. And that's what the gamers have figured out, too, in more modern times, is they don't use a bunch of questionnaires at the end and make their decisions based on that. They make their decisions based on what the brains of the participants are actually doing. So they tweak those games to affect the same centers of the brain that would be associated with addictive behaviors, because they want you addicted to the game. The same parts of the brain that bring you the pleasure centers, the same things that are associated with either sex or drug stimulation. The same centers can get fired by visual and auditory images, and this becomes a very, very powerful medium for lots of different things. But I think that was his secret, and it would be accurate most of the time. Barring the human factor, I guess.
Exactly. Tell me a little bit about electronic telepathy. What is that?
This is the idea.
This is it, especially right here. I think you already got done just hearing enough in reference to what I was stating in the previous video. This is it right here. Now, when you hear electronic telepathy, understand telepathy is just it's a word that people might hear it and they might say, "What?" Understand this. Telepathy in the old days was just nothing but where two people could transfer and communicate together through supposed psychic phenomena. This is not what he means at all. He says electronic telepathy, remote neural monitoring. Pay attention.
Listen to this in the last segment about DARPA having a couple of projects in California, and this is exactly what it is. Their thought is to develop enough knowledge to be able to look at the brain and know what people are thinking, but more importantly, from a military perspective, then to be able to shape information for communicating with their own troops covertly, using this direct sort of input to the mind. You are the radio, you don't need a radio. And then the idea of your adversaries being able to override their normal mental functions and impose within their minds not just attitudes or emotional states, but actual thoughts and ideas that may even conflict with their existing thoughts and ideas, but will create absolute chaos mentally for these individuals. And the idea is telepathy for the use of, managing your own troops as a new form of communication, and then this other idea of interfering with the function of other people. In fact, if you think about the internet as sort of the modern version of the worldwide mind, there's actually big exciting things in my work in the mind effects area is how many people, how many top flight scientists I've met around the world that believe the next evolution of mankind is to reach these higher states of consciousness, these unusual or anomalous human capacities, including things like telepathy. The idea that electronic telepathy is just a synthetic version of what is the natural radio of human beings, if you will. That's what telepathy is. It's communication between people at an energetic level that we haven't figured out quite yet how to translate, interpret. But if you think about it as a radio signal, we're a big transceiver. Each of us is a transceiver and a transducer. You know, we're picking up energy, we're transferring energy, we're changing energy within our systems. We are an energetic system from A to Z. It's figuring out, and that's again where energy medicine, mental telepathy, higher or unusual human capacities are all associated with change in energy states. And that's where the galvanic response of your colleague will recognize that these physiological responses, or the other way around, you drive the physiology and you create the responses. So there's that kind of effect. Electronic telepathy is the idea of creating circuits to do what I think man naturally can do if we can ever just break down our belief systems enough to transit that point.
Nick, how much of this is Machiavellian, where he used all kinds of things to control people?
I think a lot of it is.
Right here.
What's happened is, when you think about the Congress, and everybody wants to blame the Congress, I can tell you how bureaucracies view government. They see them as temporary. They're the ones that are permanent. The researchers, scientists, the bureaucrats that work in government, they're the ones who are going to be there for 20 or 30 years with some level of assurance. Elected officials come and go. And as a consequence, a lot gets done that they don't even get to be aware of. And when you think about these kinds of areas of science, they go into closed, classified hearings. They don't get to bring in any experts. They don't get to talk about anything they heard with any experts. They don't get to argue or fight over what's right, what's wrong with military professionals. They get fed propaganda in a closed environment with no opportunity to look at it objectively. And how many scientists do we have in the Congress today? None, as far as I'm aware. There might be a couple MDs, there might be a couple people with some scientific background, but when you look at 535 people in the House and Senate, we don't have the science depth to make the decisions that need to be made. And this whole system, we have to start to recognize that. How can you have a debate when you can't bring equal parties to the table to have that debate? And that's the problem. Military academic institutions have become too powerful. I'll give you a prime example. In fact, Mark and I discussed it recently. It's over base closings. You know, when the military gets faced with budget cuts.
All right, I apologize for this. This audio file that I'm transferring over into this video file is over 20 minutes long, and it's just begun. Understand this. It's going to probably have to be then in the next YouTube video, because my YouTube videos can only be 15 minutes long. Understand this. I promise you, if you look in the next YouTube video, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm just going to play this whole thing out so you can hear all of it, okay? So just trust me, okay? Look in the YouTube, look for the title in the comments feature of this one, okay? And then in that YouTube video, and in its comments feature, is going to be, if it's not in this one, it's going to be in the next one. Just trust me.
Yeah, they start identifying base closings. And if anybody's ever noticed...
But they never close.
Well, they only identify because the military knows they won't ever close as long as you only identify bases within election districts. You know, we have over 800 bases and stations around the world. And so Mark's asking the question, how about shutting down some of these foreign bases? Let's get those on the table. Why are we maintaining bases around, especially in the northern hemisphere? From Alaska's military bases, we can reach any of the European or Asian population centers within 9 to 10 hours from here. And that's why we have major military installations in Alaska, and Anchorage, and Fairbanks. The fact of the matter is, if we looked around the world at all of these military institutions, and we said to countries like Germany, like some of the other allies that we've had in these past decades, and we said to them, hey, if you want our military there, you have to pay for it. You want to hear some changes and some screaming. The fact is the U.S. military expenditures are greater than the top, I believe it's the top 15 or 20 other governments combined. And so we're carrying the burden, and yet when we talk about closing bases, we talk about the U.S. If you just brought those institutions back into the U.S. territory, you would then, instead of rolling that money through somebody else's economy 3 to 7 times, which is the way the money rolls, you would roll it through our economy. You would actually stimulate the economy by moving bases back into the U.S. as opposed to leaving them on foreign soil. And for many of these places, it's gotten pretty hostile for Americans to be in a lot of these places. And we can arrive. We've got not just the states where we have bases. We have places like Guam. We have Puerto Rico. We have other holdings, artificial islands. Where we have installations, so we can get anywhere virtually at an incredibly rapid rate. There's no need. But it's a dog and pony show, and that's where bureaucracies go in. They put things in that are unpalatable and hope that nobody has enough brains to start asking the tougher questions.
Do governments have, as they had an old remote viewing program underway,
right,
do they have some kind of division set up to manipulate minds?
Actually, most of that is being, as far as I've seen, like some of the requests for proposals, is coming out of almost every branch, and DARPA's sort of the lead on that. In fact, before Ben Eastland died, and Dr. Eastland was the inventor of the HARP system, he was involved in a conference I'd put together on the mind effects issue for the Lay Institute in Dallas. And when we brought him in, he had just had a meeting some months before with Tony Tether, who was the head of DARPA at the time. And he brought up the issue of mind control to the head of DARPA. And no one's laughing anymore, was his statement to me. It's a very serious issue, and it moved it high enough on his agenda. He said I used to consider it a 1 or a 2, not too interesting. He said by the time he finished his little discussions through DARPA, it became a 9 or a 10, which is why he participated in our closed conference, because he was concerned about this issue. Put together on the mind effects issue for the Lay Institute in Dallas, and when we brought him in, he had just had a meeting.
All right. Now this is going to be it right here. Listen to the rest of it, and it's going to have to be in the comments feature of this video. Just look at the YouTube title. There's going to be a copied and pasted YouTube title in the comments feature of this one. I just looked at that video audio recorder, and trust me, it's in this one because I've already listened to this audio file before. Okay, so just go into the comments feature of this YouTube video, look at the YouTube title, copy and paste it into YouTube bar, and then click on it, and then also look in the comments feature of this one. If you do it, you'll understand everything about concerning all of this series of my YouTube videos, and it's gonna blow your mind.